My name is Ba. I'm the science and maths tutor. Today I'm coming to make a video for zoology. Last class, what we did and about some of the stuff that we're gonna do on our next class. Okay, last class before I go to class, I just try and go over a little bit of my notes, what we did the other class, and just try to look at some stuff that we're gonna do inside the class. So I just went in a little bit prepared and try to take some notes and try to turn in my stuff that I had from the last class. So she said we're gonna get a test in the following class, which is this coming Tuesday. I normally have the class like once a week, every Tuesday. I have it every Tuesday from 6 to 10. So she said we're gonna have a test this coming Tuesday. So what I did the last class is get a little bit prepared, go to the class, take some notes, and try to go over everything after the class and study some of it and try to do some of my homework. Okay, she gave us like some review questions to do for chapter 3, sorry, for exam 3. So I'm gonna go over some of those questions, like the first 20 questions. I'm gonna go over those ones today for the coming test. The test is gonna be next week on Tuesday. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the and answer the first 20 questions. Okay, these are the first 20 questions. This is my notebook, so I already put the answers in there, so I'm gonna go over them. Okay, question 1 is, which grade of organization is being described? These are not in any order. Okay, she's saying like they're not in any order, like the way they're on the note, so we have to figure out which one is A, B, C, D, and E. They're not like in order, so we have to figure it ourselves. Okay, the A part is similar cells performing common functions as a unit. That one is tissue grade. Tissue grade. That one is similar cells performing common functions as a unit is tissue grade. B, all life is contained within a single cell, unicellular organisms. That one is protoplasmic grade. Protoplasmic grade. That one is the B part. The C part is tissue assembled in organs. That one is tissue organ grade. Tissue organ grade. Tissue assembled in organs is tissue organ grade. The D part is cells demonstrate a division of labor but do not perform collective functions. That one is cellular grade. The cells demonstrate a division of labor but they do not perform a collective function. So that one is the cellular grade. The E part is organs operate together as a system. That one is organ system. That's when the organs come, like different organs operating as an organ system. Okay, number 2 is write the 5 grades of organization in order from simplest to most complex. So here we just name them. Now we're gonna write them in order from the simplest one to the most complex one. So the simplest one is the protoplasmic grade. That is this one here. The simplest one is the protoplasmic grade. The one next to that is cellular grade. Cellular grade is this one here. Cells demonstrate a division of labor but do not perform collective functions. That one is the cellular grade. The third one is tissue grade. Tissue grade is this one here. Similar cells performing functions as a unit. So that is the fourth one is tissue organ grade. That is this one here. Tissue assembled into organs. Tissue organ grades. That is the fourth one. The fifth one is this one here, organ system. The organ system is the most complex one. So I just put them from the simplest. This one is the simplest. This one is the most complex one. Number 4 says which body symmetry is being described here. So we're gonna read A, B, and C, D, and C what is being described here. A said any plane passing through the center of the body divides it into equivalent mirror halves. That one is spherical. Spherical is when it passed through it and divided into 2 mirror halves. That one is spherical. B is the body can be divided into similar halves by more than two planes passing through a longitudinal axis. That one is radial. Radial. C is the body can only be divided by two planes passing. The body can only be divided by two planes passing through a longitudinal axis to produce mirror image due to pair body parts. That one is biradial. Biradial. Two planes. The word bi means two. Two planes passing through. That one. That's why it is biradial. Two planes. Biradial. D is the body can be divided by one plane into mirror portions, right and left halves. This one is bilateral. Bilateral and biradial, they're kind of like a little bit similar, but they're not the same. It's like the names bi. But bilateral is when the body can be divided by one plane into two mirror, one plane into two mirror. This one is two planes passing through a longitudinal axis. So they're like a lot different. Okay, the next one is okay, the next one is number 5. Number 5 says which body symmetry is prominent in unicellular organisms and is suited for rolling or floating. That one is spherical. Most unicellular organisms are like spherical. They can be divided into two that are equivalent and mirror halves. So that one is spherical. Number 6 says weak body symmetry is suited for sessile or floating organisms that have non-directional movement. So that one is radial. Number 6 is radial. Number 7, which body symmetry is associated with cephalization and is suited for directional movement. That one is bilateral. Bilateral. Okay, number 8 is like a margin section. So we're going to look at here and this part and we mark which one is right here. And we put the letter here. That's what I just did here. So it said mark the term on the right with its description on the left. The first one is A. A is anterior. Anterior means the head end. So I just come here, write A. I write my A weird, but this is how I write my A. So I put my A here. That is the head end. The dorsal means the back side. The back side is the dorsal. So I put B. B is dorsal, so I put B here, the back side. C is the frontal plane. The frontal plane is the plane dividing the dorsal and the ventral end. The ventral is like this one. The ventral is the front side, so the dorsal is the back side. So the plane that is dividing the front side and the back side is called the frontal plane. That is C. I put it here, C for plane dividing dorsal and ventral. So D is posterior. Posterior is the tail end. The tail end is called posterior. So posterior D, I just put it right here. So E said sagittal plane. Sagittal plane is the plane dividing the body bilaterally, like between from this one, the plane that divides the body into two halves from left and right, like the right hand and the left hand. The plane that divides the body into two halves, into the right part and the left part. That one is called the sagittal plane. So that one is E, plane dividing the body. So right here, plane dividing the body bilaterally. So F is transverse plane. F is transverse plane. This is the plane dividing anterior and posterior. Anterior is like the head end and posterior is the tail end. So the plane that divides the body from top to bottom, just like top bottom. So that one is the transverse plane. Transverse plane is F, so I just put it right here. So the ventral is like the front side of the body. The front side, ventral G is the front side of the body. So question 8 is the marking section. So I'm going to go to question 9. Okay, 9 says there are 3 body plans of the developing embryo that distinguish organisms. Right? Which body plan is being described and whether the body plan occurs in protostomes or deuterostomes or both. So A says no column forms, so the gastrula is completely filled in with mesoderm, and the only body cavity is the gut. That one is a columnate. That one is a columnate, and it occurs in protostomes. So the second one is the space of the blastula is retained as a cavity, which is only partially covered by mesoderm. This one is called pseudocolumnate, and it occurs in protostomes. So C is a true column forms which is completely surrounded by mesoderm. That one is called the columnate. That one is the columnate, and it occurs in both. It occurs in both the protostomes and the trostomes. So it occurs in both of them. That's the third one. Number 10 is, what is a group of similar cells specialized for performance of a common function? That one is tissue. Tissue is a group of similar cells that come together to do a similar function, tissue. Number 11, what four kinds of tissue differentiate from the embryonic germ layer? So the four kinds of the tissues is one, I didn't write that one down, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. It's epithelium, the epithelium. The second one is connective. Third one is muscular. And the fourth one is nervous. And number 12 is which type of tissue is being described. So here we're going to read from A to D and see what type of tissue is being described among these four. So this one is a tissue specialized in reception of stimuli and conduction of impulses. That one is the nervous. The nervous is the one responsible for stimuli and conduction of impulses. The B said tissue that covers internal and external surfaces. That one is going to be the epithelium. The epithelium tissue is the one that covers internal and external surfaces. C said the tissue that is binding and supportive. That one is the connective. The connective tissue is the one that is binding and supportive. The connective tissue is the one that is binding and supportive. This said tissue that is capable of contraction and function in movement. That one is going to be the muscular one. The muscular is responsible for contraction and movement. The muscular tissue. Okay, the next question is question 13. It says give the tissue type for the following tissues. Give the tissue type for the following tissues. So we already given the tissues from A to H. So we're going to know what tissue type it is. So blood is a connective tissue. It is like a supportive and a binding tissue. Skin is epithelium. Epithelium is the tissue that the tissue that covers internal and external surfaces. So the skin like covers the external surface. Bone is like a connective tissue that is binding and supportive. Bone. Fat is a connective tissue. Muscles is a muscular tissue. Brain is nervous tissue. Cartilage is connective tissue. Nerves is like nervous. Nerves is nervous tissue. So let me go to the next one. Okay, the next one is 14. 14 says, what is the protein found in connective tissue that provides flexibility and resistance to strain? That one is collagen. Collagen is the protein that provides flexibility and resistance to strain. Number 15, who introduces the current scheme of classification? That's the name right here, Carlos. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. It's like Linnaeus. So number 16 is say write the order of classification and memorize it. So this one is like we have to memorize the order of classification. So I just wrote it down here. It's kingdom, phylum, class, order. It's kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. That is like the order of the classification. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Number 17, what is it level in the order of classification called? Like, I don't really understand this question. I don't know what it exactly meant, so I didn't do that one. So I went to like 18. 18 said, what are the three most commonly accepted criteria for a member of a species? So the three most accepted criteria for a member to be a species. They should have a common descent, meaning they should come from like they should share like the same ancestry, like a common descent. They should all come from the same place. Smallest distinct group, it means they should be the smallest group possible. There cannot be like another group within them. They are the smallest like division possible. You cannot divide them to get another animals or stuff. They're the smallest. The last one is reproductive community. They should they should reproduce successfully. Successful reproduction means they should have offspring. They should be able to reproduce to get offsprings, and their offsprings too should be able to reproduce. And the offsprings of those should be able to reproduce. They should have a reproductive community. Number 19 is, what does it mean for a species to reproduce successfully? Okay, that's what I just spoke about. Its offspring should be able to reproduce. It means whenever it gives back to young ones, this one also should be able to breed and give back to another young ones. This one too should be able to do that. So that is successful reproduction. It's like some animals that can, like a lion and a tiger, they can give back to like a liger, but that liger will not be able to give back. So that is not successful reproduction. If they give back to something, those ones should have the ability to give back again. Okay, that's number 19. I'll go to the next one, 20. Okay, 20 say, what is the definition of a species? It's like an interbreeding population of the same descent that share same characteristics. They should be from the same descent. There should be animals that can reproduce successfully, and they should share like similar characteristics. They should have similar characteristics, be able to interbreed, like have successful reproduction, and come from the same place. That's like having the same descent. So I just stopped at number 20. I just did the first 20 questions, but it's like more than that. It's like up the way up to this one here. Yeah, we should. Yeah, it come like all the way to here, number 36 of chapter 14 and 15. But I just did like the first 20 questions. Okay, that will be like the end of the video. But if anyone have like any question on that zoology before the test, you can come down at the National Center. This one, the only center on the third floor. So I will be there like most of the time. I normally like work from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Mondays, and from 8 in the morning to 11 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and from 12:30 p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm normally there at that time. So if anyone get any question, you can come down there.